Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Movie Troll. I am Trex, and beside me is the Movie Troll himself, George.
Hey guys, for this we have a kind of a special thing going on.
It's a special. 2014's almost done. 2015 is coming, so the Movie Troll himself wanted to do a little list of
What to see and WTF of the coming year, 2015. Of some movies that have been premiered or talked about or previewed that I think are going to be amazing, and I'm definitely going to see. And some I think they're going to be god-awful, and actually I will see a few of them, but
because we do this, you have to see them.
I'm not watching some of them. You can't make me. You can physically pay me. You can sit me down, tie me up, and I can still close my eyes.
I have ways of making you watch, Mr. Bond.
Anyway, so without further ado, let us start with our WTF. WTF number 5 is The Fantastic Four.
Brought to you by the 20th Century Fox. No Marvel, 20th Century Fox.
Yes. If you're confused and this sounds like something that's already been done, guess what? It's something that's already been done. It's yet another reboot from Marvel franchise stuff that's not being done by Marvel Studios. This is going to work really well. This is sarcasm.
A lot of it.
Whereas The Amazing Spider-Man, which was rebooted, did pretty well. Tried to retool the characters to make them more like their four-color counterparts. The Fantastic Four ain't doing that. Nope, they're taking everything and throwing it out the window. Whereas the original 2 movies were very true to the characters and the heart and soul of what they were, the story was sadly bad. But this new film is trying so hard to have the story drive it right home and take everything for everything that it's worth, that they think that they need nothing from the original source material. This movie is supposed to be taking place in the Ultimate Universe, or based on the Ultimate Universe, where they're changing all kinds of stuff. In fact, they're going so far as telling the actors themselves, hey, don't read the comics. You don't need to know anything about the source material, because there's not a single issue that we're basing this on. Because you're stupid. Anyway, no, they're changing, like, everything. The cast of characters, the actors playing all of these wonderful and vibrant characters are all now kind of tween looking. Like, I don't know, they look gangly and young, and I just don't know how I feel about it. Like the guy they've got playing Ben Grimm, he couldn't be $150 wet, and this is a guy that's supposed to be looking like a linebacker. Man, thank God for steroids. And then let's not even get me started on Johnny Storm. You see, I understand that the Human Torch is now playing Captain America, which is fine. It's great. It works. He does a good job at it. He's a much better Cap than he was Human Torch.
Agreed.
Now, Johnny and Sue are now adopted, or stepbrothers, or something. I don't know. The point is, she is still your average blonde, and he is now black, which is not wrong. It's not bad. I don't care. But unless they're going to change the character so drastically that he's not a complete jackass like he was in the other movies, this is going to put a target on the backs of all the producers that are making this wonderful movie. Hey, why'd you make the black guy an asshole? Why'd you light him on fire?
Yeah.
I don't know. Was that a poor choice?
A little bit.
See, if they wanted to add diversity and change a character, they could have changed Ben Grimm. Which, yes, I understand, he turns into a Rocky monster halfway through the movie, but he's a much more enjoyable character. He is the heart and soul of what is the Fantastic Four, and he's most people's favorite character. Whereas he came from the streets of New York, he came from a very rough side of town, was very street smart, went through a lot of crap. His brother was killed in gang violence, which made him try extra hard to make something of himself. He became a star football player in his local high school, and then got a scholarship to ESU, where he became an engineer in multiple degrees. And then he went to the Marines, and then into the Air Force, where he became a test pilot, where the whole reason he was on the ship that got them done and did all that stuff was because of this. Now, don't want to get too much into politics or anything like this, but if you were going to take a character that has had to stand up to adversity his entire life because of where he comes from and the things that he would have had to gone through, this is a perfect character to do all of that. And when he turns into the Thing and has to go through even more, it's so much more of a struggle than, hey, you're a rich kid who doesn't know much and you're a jackass. Light on fire. I would much prefer if they were going to change a character and be like, hey, let's smidge the ethnicities of this character, they could do Ben Grimm. And if people want to get mad at me because of, hey, why are you, what's wrong with that one? Well, honestly, Ben Grimm's, he's Jewish. He's gone through some rough stuff too. There's alternate universes where he's gotten so messed up. But if you wanted to go good, go with Ben. And let's not talk about Dr. Doom, who is now a hacker blogger, and it's awful.
It is.
Thanks, 20th Century Fox, for ruining everything that I love and dream. Good stuff, bye.
So number 4.
Number 4 is Magic Mike XXL, which is also called Exploitation, the Male Motion Picture.
Well, we get enough of it in other movies for females. I think the men need to have a little bit of it too.
You know the difference?
I don't even know the premise of this movie.
I don't either. I didn't watch the first one. I just know that this is a movie that didn't deserve a single, let alone a sequel. I guess both movies are probably going to be getting singles, but it's a completely different story entirely. The whole idea that you need to put Channing Tatum up on stage and have him take off his clothes is you could do this in any other movie, and it would make women watch it.
It's where he started his career.
Yeah, pretty much, right? I didn't need to know that.
He was a male stripper before he became a movie star.
Well, at least he's filling the role nicely.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
It's bringing him home.
It's bringing him home. Bringing home them ones. Bringing home the bacon. And an occasional groupie.
And Kevin Nash is in this one, too.
I don't care.
Gabriel Iglesias? Fluffy!
Yeah, going back to don't care.
Okay.
So, yeah. Magic Mike XXL. Extra not gonna frickin' watch it. Now, number 3, because I really have nothing to say more about number 4, and it's god-awfulness. Number 3 is Mad Max Fury Road. Now,
starring Tom Hardy and Charlize Theron. Theron, I'm sorry, she doesn't like that.
See, I'm probably going to be watching this movie, as I'm going to be watching Fantastic Four. And no, I will not be watching Magic Mike, and you can't make me. You can't make me. You can't make me. But Mad Max was an amazing series about a future apocalyptic world where things are bad and you definitely don't want to get stranded on the side of the road. But considering the last movie pushed the envelope with Thunderdome, I'm thinking that another sequel to this wonderful franchise that needs to just be left alone is another case of let the sleeping dog lie. Because it could go way south or it could go real good. And unless this thing, I think the expectations for this movie are just going to be so ridiculously high that if it doesn't meet it, if this movie doesn't do your taxes, rub your feet, meet you at the door with your slippers, and then give you a happy ending, it's probably not going to go over well with fans. This is not something that you want to see every day. It's like a new Star Trek coming out where they decide that Picard and Kurt need to switch places and you just have Kurt do everything else. How many people would be upset about that? Yeah, a lot. There are going to be so many people out there that are like, oh, this isn't the movie that I grew up with. This isn't the gritty one. No, I just don't see it happening.
No.
Now, number 2, and this is going to piss some people off. Furious 7. And if you're wondering what I mean by that, it's Fast and Furious number 7. Hey, it's an excuse to watch Paul Walker get killed in a car again. Yeah, I said it.
Just gotta get over here. Okay.
Let's be honest. This is a movie this is a movie franchise that should have ended, I don't know, 6 movies ago. Considering the last installment had a runway the size of Greece.
At the same time, even with the trailer, they're not. What are they doing? They're secret agents now?
I thought they were fugitives like 1 movie ago, 2 movies ago, maybe. And now The Rock is coming to them with secret missions? Who gave The Rock permission to give him secret missions? Did he give, the biggest upgrade in status ever? Double Agent The Rock. Here you go. Put some planes in that C5. Get out.
They have, these rocket launchers, too, that they get onto trailers, and wasn't this supposed to be just about a drug bust in cars?
Yeah, and that was fine. It's I want to know how many people out there that are smuggling cars can afford a C5. That's billion. That's like Mike Meyer kind of $1 billion money. That's the kind that kind of money doesn't exist. Like, we're going to Abu Dhabi, and we're going to be dressed in suits, and then in 2 seconds, we're going to be in a fast car, running away, and then there's a cliff, and somehow we miraculously make it out, and hey, look, it's a giant runway. There's no reason why it is going to happen. The next thing you know, they're going to have souped-up cars that are going underwater, like James Bond's freaking thing.
Don't give them ideas.
But the fact is, they've already pretty much slated a number 8, because you know what? The morons out there that'll watch this stupid movie will let it keep going. Because we don't need plot. We don't need all we need is originality, bullcrap, and hot girls and motorcycles. And fast cars.
And fast cars.
And apparently Vin Diesel and The Rock. Which, I feel like this is taking away from both of them as actors. This is what you're known as right now. You're that guy from Fast and Furious. You're not Groot. You're not the Iron Giant. You're not Triple X. You're Dom. How do you feel about yourself, Vin Diesel? How you feel about yourself? How's you feel? And for number 1, for what the... It's 50 Shades of Grey. Now, if you don't know what this movie is, then count your blessings. 50 Shades of Grey is from a book series that apparently is a smut film that's not smut films, that apparently No, it's just bad. It's apparently about bondage and the weird things that happen in the office late at night because, hey, it's just supposed to happen. If there was ever a reason why you should say, hey, this movie is probably bad and shouldn't be made, when the actress that plays the main character is afraid that her parents might watch this movie, it's a bad idea, Ripley. It's a bad call, Ripley. It's a bad call.
Well, the movie is about bondage. It's not S&M. It's more or less about the stimulation of...
No, it's none of the sort. It's fluff.
Yeah.
It's super fluff.
Yeah, it is.
It's, hey, it's fluffy. Let's put it in rope.
It's something for the moms out there to watch.
Yes.
Ew.
It's something that... I wouldn't even go that far. This is something that is popular because it's something that I can... That your mother or your grandmother or your aunt or whatever can read. They can feel good feeling weird and nasty and dirty to themselves because, hey, your daddy's not going to read it. Well, guess what? I'm not taking my mother or grandmother or anyone that has eyes to see this movie.
But if you do have a girlfriend and you want a very special Valentine's Day, wink, wink.
If you have a girlfriend and you haven't been lobotomized, you should go watch this movie because you will be. Any personality that you once had will no longer be credited, and you will be hurt and hunted by all of your male friends.
I wonder if sitting an hour and a half, 2 hours in this movie, I wonder what the drawback is going to be.
Rope burn?
Good man.
Now, there's also an honorable mention, because this could be good, or it could be bad. I think it'll be bad, which is why it's on this list as an honorable mention. But I can be wrong. Jem and the Holograms. Yes, that's right. If you remember this as the that weird cartoon that you watched as a kid that you were waiting and waiting to be over so you'd watch the real Ghostbusters like me.
My cousin has the whole entire series on DVD.
I am so sorry.
Well, she's a girl, so...
That's great. I'm so sorry.
I've watched it, too.
Now, this is probably a really bad idea waiting to happen, because it's a really bad idea waiting to happen.
Yeah.
But I'm going to put this in the same category as I did Josie and the Pussycats, which was a cartoon that I friggin' hated as a kid. I thought it was just awful. But it's one of my absolute favorite movies of all times.
Helped launch Rosario Dawson's career.
It was... oh, God. And Rachel Lee Cook.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Who was the other one? Tara Reid, wasn't it?
Yeah. I don't care about her.
Not anymore.
Period. But Rachel Lee Cook, I want her, and I love her so much.
Stop looking at me when you're doing that.
Hi. But, I don't know. It was a really good film, and it made fun of itself in its own right. And it was just enjoyable. It was a good comedic thing. And they actually played pretty decent music in the film. Mm-hmm. It's not something I would marathon or something that I would put in my car, but it was something that I enjoyed watching. You can also get, like, the absolute greatest drinking game of all time by saying, hey, every time you see an advertisement for something, drink. You'll be dead before 30 minutes.
It's true.
But that being said, Jim and the Holograms could be okay. It could be good. It's probably going to be a piece of crap. But it'll be a piece of crap with really pretty ladies in it. And I like pretty ladies because they're pretty. And they're ladies. But that is the WTF of 2015, as said by the Movie Troll.
He uses movie voice. That was funny.
In a world, will people make horrible reviews?
Yeah.
No one was watching.
So there's your WTF for 2015. Stay tuned for the next video. Annotation might be up here somewhere for the what to see in 2015. Stay tuned. We'll see you guys next time.